Namaste yogis, my name is Aki and welcome to my home practice. And today we're joined by our special guest. This is my favorite boy, Nonki. Today we're going to do a little bit of movement into the hips and the hamstrings. And of course we'll move the spine along with that as well. So when you are ready, please come to a comfortable seat. I'm sitting on a blanket, and if you do have a blanket at home, please have one handy. We will use it throughout the practice today. So come to your comfortable seat, whether that is in hero's position or easy cross-legged seated on your mat. And then begin to sit your hip bones down, really grounding your lower part of the body down into the ground. And then lengthening from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And feel this length along the spine as you lift your sternum up and keep the chin parallel to the ground. Begin to close down your eyes, coming into your breath, taking a deep breath in through your nose and open the mouth as you let your breath go. Taking another deep breath in through your nose. Opening the mouth, releasing and relaxing your shoulders down. And one last breath like this, deep, long inhalation. And open your mouth, releasing and letting that breath go. Beautiful, guys. Welcome in, welcome, and open up your eyes once again. And let's come to our hands and knees tabletop position. If your knees are a little bit sensitive, you can place your blanket right underneath your knees. Make sure your hips and your knees are in one line here, your wrists, elbows, and shoulders in one straight line. Begin to pull your lower belly in, lengthening the back. On your next inhalation, begin to lift the tailbone, look up into your cow position. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine into your cat position. Warming up the spine here. Inhale, lift the tailbone, arch the spine, belly forward, chest forward, look up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the spine, tuck, and really press your hands into the ground as you move into your cat. 3 more like this. Inhale deeply. Exhale. 2 more with your breath. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Connecting your breath to the movement. Deep inhalation. And a long exhalation. As you round your spine down, let your hips sink all the way back towards the heels. And let your forehead rest onto the mat. And just sink into your child's pose here. Maybe swaying gently side to side. Massaging your hips back, but also the forehead along the ground here. And here, as you rest in child's pose for a few breaths, I'm going to play some music now. All right, take another deep breath in. As you inhale, extend your arms forward, fingertips onto the ground. And then as you exhale, walk your hands and your forehead all the way over to the left side of your mat, and your right hip sinks all the way back towards the right. Relax your forehead to the ground. Taking 3 breaths here, breathing in to the right lateral side of your body. Deep breath in and a long breath out. 2 more like this, breathing and extending. Exhale, relax and melt into your mat. 1 last breath. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, walk your fingertips forward, this time all the way over to the right side of your mat. Let your left hip sink to the left and let your forehead ground down. Taking 3 inhalations, deep breath in as you expose the left lateral side of your body. Exhale, relax your shoulders, relax your arms. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let your heart sink down, melting into the mat. Last inhalation, deep breath in. And as you exhale, walking your fingertips forward, Coming back up into a tabletop position. Moving through a round of cat-cow just to balance out the spine here. Beautiful, guys. And I'm going to move the blanket away from underneath my knees and placing it to the side here. Take a deep breath in, pull the lower belly and tuck the tailbone tuck the toes under. And as you exhale, lift your hips all the way up into a downward facing dog. Inhale gently, slowly, with control, come back into a tabletop position. And exhale, sink back into a child's pose. So this is our flow this morning. Inhale, coming up into the tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips all the way up high into a down dog. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, come slowly with control. Pull that belly in as you land back into tabletop. And exhale slowly back into a child's pose. We're moving with the control with the breath. Inhale brings you up into tabletop. Exhale, hips all the way back. Keep your knees bent in your down dog. Inhale, back into the table. And exhale into the child. Let's do one last round together here. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Pull the belly and lift your hips nice and high. Deep inhalation with control, coming back into the table. And exhale, landing into a child's pose. Let your forehead relax. If it feels nice for you, you can roll your wrists, move your wrists here in both directions. All right, when you're ready, planting your hands down. Inhale, coming up into a tabletop position. Now we're going to place our big toes together and our knees apart. Knees are wider than shoulder distance, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're going to move a little further into the hips, all the way over to the left, back, right, forward. Moving in circular motions. Left, back, right, forward. And continue like this, moving the hips in circles here. So the hips are a ball and socket joint, so it can move in this three-dimensional movement here. It's not just a 2D back and forth, but in a circle. And that's moving the opposite direction, all the way over to the right, back, left, forward, making big circles with your hips. Alright, when you're ready, coming all the way up, back into the tabletop and allow the knees to come back right below the hip joint here. On your next inhalation, begin to come up onto your fingertips and take a step forward with your left knee. So your left ankle and left knee are in one line here. And if you would like to, you can tuck the back toes under, it's up to you. Now sink into your hips here and take a few deep breaths into your low lunge. One last breath here, sinking your hips low, belly in. And as you exhale, begin to lengthen the leg. Toes pull forward. Keep pulling your left hip back, right hip forward. Stretching into the hamstrings here. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Let's take it slow to begin with. Taking a few breaths here to really breathe in. And see if you can pull your toes forward towards your face and your heart over towards the feet, energetically speaking. All right, on your next inhalation, coming forward into your lunge position. And then begin to exhale, lengthen the leg long, hamstring chest, half splits. Inhale, coming forward into your lunge. Exhale, back into the stretch along the hamstring. Keep pulling that hip back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, back. Let's do one more round together here. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. All right, when you're ready, come back forward into the lunge position, planting your hands down and take a step back, moving through a round of cat-cow. And then when you're ready, come up onto your fingertips, pull the core in, take a step forward this time. Right foot, right ankle and knee are in alignment here, taking a few deep breaths. Sink into your hips so you really feel the stretch along the psoas, the hip flexor muscle here. Taking a deep breath in and long breath out, really focusing, pulling your shoulder blades back and down and your head and chest up. Deep breath in, long breath out. One more breath. And as you exhale, gently lengthening the right leg back, point the toes back. Remember your right hip comes back, left hip comes forward. Breathing into the hamstrings, into this half splits. Breathing it in and breathing it out. Taking your time here to begin with, and then we'll move with the breath. One last round here. All right, on your next inhalation, coming forward into your lunge. Exhale, hips back, lengthening, breathing into the hamstring here. Inhale, coming forward, sink your hips low, belly in. Exhale as you pull your hips back, stretch the toes towards your face. Inhale, coming forward into the lunge. Exhale, back into your splits. Let's do 2 more rounds together here. Inhale. And exhale. Stretching and breathing into this hamstring here. Inhale, coming forward. And exhale, pulling your hips all the way back. On your next inhalation, come forward, back into the lunge, press into your hands, pull the belly in and slide your right leg to meet the left. And here we're going to pull our big toes together, knees apart once again, and making those big circles, releasing in the hip joints. So we've been moving through the lunge and the half splits. It's really important to move the hips once again in this dynamic circular motion, going in the opposite direction as well. All right, beautiful guys. And when you're ready, come back into your tabletop position, tuck your toes under, pull the belly in and lift your hips all the way up into a downward facing dog. Begin to walk your dog very gently and slowly. And then we're going to gently walk the dog all the way up forward towards the top of your mat into a forward fold. Big toes touching and heels are apart. Bend the knees here and relax your head. If it feels nice for you, you can nod your head yes, shake your head no. Grabbing your hands around the back of your calf muscles, pull the belly in and lift your tailbone high. If you can, perhaps rocking forward and up and really feeling the weight distributed in the backs of your feet. Taking a deep breath in, pull your lower belly in and lift your tailbone high without straightening your legs. Lifting the tailbone as high as you can with keeping your knees bent. Create that space around your neck and your shoulders. Let's take one last breath. Deep breath in and a long breath out. Inhaling, hands on your shin bones, half lift, pull the belly in, weight shifts towards your toes. Exhale, bend the knees and let your head go forward fold. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, hands on your shin bones, shoulder blades away from your ears. Exhale, and one last round together. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful guys. When you're ready, plant your hands down once again. And then begin to take a step back, coming into a high lunge here. Bending into your hips. Inhale, lengthening and lift your toes up, belly in. Exhale, sink low into your lunge. 2 2 more like this. Inhale, lengthening and lift your toes up towards your face. Fingertips onto the ground, belly in. Exhale, lunging down, heart forward. And you can look up if that feels okay for your neck. Inhale. And exhale. Begin to plant your hands firmly onto the ground. Pull the belly in. And then begin to place the knee towards the hand. So the left knee towards the left hand. And the left foot towards the right hand. Begin to walk your right leg back long. And here, if it feels nice for you, you can place a blanket underneath your left outer hip. Now, if you're someone that has knee sensitivity here, if you have any discomfort on your knee, I really advise to come lying on your back to take a stretch called thread the needle. If you don't know what that is, I will show you in a few moments. So please come out of this pose if your knee is not feeling the best today. All right, so for those of you who are okay with the knee today, begin to flex that front foot. So really activate your legs. You can even tuck the back toes under if that feels nice for you. And let your fingertips come onto the ground nice and light. Inhale, extending the spine long. Exhale, belly down, chest down, chin down, forehead down. Inhale, lift from your lower back, middle back, upper back, and lift it up. Exhale slowly, belly, chest, chin, forehead, lift the spine with control as you inhale up. 2 more like this. Exhale. Inhale, like you are creating a wave along the spine. Last one. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Beautiful, guys. So for those of you who would like to stay for a few breaths in this pigeon pose, you can interlace your hands or place your forearms onto the ground and stay here for 5 breaths. If your knee is sensitive, I will quickly show you what that would look like by coming down, lying onto your mat. Placing your right foot down, left ankle on top of your right knee, interlacing your hands behind the right thigh and come lying down here. Take a few breaths. If you need to, just pause the video and take about 5 to 8 long breaths here. Now come back into the pigeon. Taking a deep breath in and a long breath out. Beautiful, guys. When you're ready, come back up. Tuck your back toes under, lift your hips up. Big toes together, knees apart once again. Making those big circles, coming back into your hips. Big circles with the hips. One last round in this direction. And moving in the opposite direction. So this helps to release into that deep stretch that we've just taken. And when you're ready, come back into your tabletop position. Pull the belly and tuck the toes under. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Lift your hips up into a downward facing dog. Gently walking out the dog, and maybe perhaps you feel the difference between the first couple of rounds of down dog. In the hamstrings, you might be feeling a little bit more open. Begin to gently take one step at a time as you come forward. Big toes touching, heels apart. Relax your head down. Once again, if it feels nice to shake your head no or nod your head yes, you can very gently do that. Playing it with the weight distribution in the back, the bottoms of your feet. And taking another deep breath in, pull the belly in and lift your tailbone high as you can. On your next inhalation, lifting, lengthening, half lift here. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold, let your head go. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine long, shoulder blades away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold. One last round, deep breath in, extending, half lift, belly in. Exhale, fold. Begin to place your hands down. This time we're going to take a step back with the left leg. Coming back into the lunge position here, high lunge, runner's lunge. Deep breath in as you lengthen the front leg. Point the toes back, stretching. Keep pulling your right hip back and your left hip forward. Inhale, coming down into your lunge position. Inhale, extending the front leg. The right leg lengthens as your toes lift. Exhale, coming forward. One more round here. Deep breath in. Breathe into your legs. Pull the belly in, lengthen the spine. And exhale, coming down. Plant both of your hands down firmly onto the ground. Pull the belly in and lift the knee all the way. Right knee towards the right hand and the right foot towards your left hand. We're doing the opposite side in pigeon now. Walking the left leg back as far as it can go. And if you would like to, you can place a blanket underneath your hip for support here. So once again, if you have any knee sensitivity, please come lying onto your back and thread the needle. If you don't know what that is, just rewind a couple of seconds before where I've demonstrated the opposite side, so do the opposite way. Flex through both of the feet, especially the front foot is flexed. Place your fingertips nice and grounded into the ground, but lengthen through the spine here. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, belly down, chest down, chin down, forehead down. Inhale, lift from your lower back, middle back, upper back. Lift up, slowly, gently, coming all the way down, lifting through the spine. Inhale as you lengthen, chest up, chin up, belly down, chest down, chin down, forehead down. Inhale, lift from your lower back, middle back, upper back, lengthen up. Two more. Exhale, slowly coming all the way down. Inhale, lengthening as you're coming all the way up. Last round. And inhale. When you're ready, very gently coming down onto your forearms here. And let's take about 3 breaths. Deep breath in through your nose. And a long breath out as you relax your hips down and breathe it out. Inhale, breathe it in, down low into your hips and hamstrings. And exhale, relaxing, softening. One more breath here. And when you are ready, placing your hands back down onto the ground, pull the belly in, tuck the back toe under, and lift your hips all the way up, sliding your right foot to meet the left. Big toes touching, heels apart once again, and making big circles, releasing in the hip joint. So that was a pretty deep stretch, so it's important to move the hips and move that body so you can, that part of the body, so you can really feel into that stretch that you've made. All right, when you're ready, begin to come back, kneeling onto the ground. Let your hips come off to one side and lengthening your legs long. Now I'm going to face you, but you can face whatever direction you have space into your sides. Now we're going to come out a little bit, and I'm going to sit onto a blanket. The blanket will help to elevate the hips a little higher than your legs and also create a bit of a pelvic rotation so your pelvis isn't rounding back and you're not having a caved spine but a nice long spine. So when you're ready, begin to lengthen your legs long in front of you, and then we're going to part them into a V shape, a wide-legged forward fold. Taking a deep breath in, lengthen your spine long up towards the sky. As you exhale, keep this length with you and plant your fingertips onto the ground. keep looking forward. If you look up and if your chin is up, you're going to crunch the back of your neck. So keep the neck and the spine in one straight line here. Take a deep breath in and exhale, slowly coming down. Bend the elbows back. Inhale, lengthen here. Exhale, keeping this length with you. Bend the elbows, come forward. Inhale, extending out. Keep flexing your heels, pointing the toes back. Exhale, coming forward. Keeping that length. Deep breath in. It's not about how far you can go, but using your breath to move. Do the best you can. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do one more together here. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, very slowly come down. And if you can come down onto the forearms, great. If you just want to come onto your hands a little more forward, you can do that. Do what feels nice for you right now. That's the most important thing, is to do what feels good for your body. There is no right and there is no wrong. What matters is what feels right. All right. Let's take one last deep breath in and a long breath out here. Inhale, coming back up, seated in your wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, extending both of your arms up. Exhale as you reach for your right hand to your right foot. And then we're going to come forward here, stretching the back side muscle here, the QL. Inhale, extending up. Exhale, side back. Inhale, extend, lengthen. Exhale. So it's like a diagonal stretch. We're not coming to the lateral stretch or the front stretch. It's a side lateral here. One last one, just like this. Deep breath in, lengthen. And exhale, diagonally stretching here. And let's hold. Deep breath in and a long breath out. And maybe you feel the stretch around the upper back, but the point of it is to get a little bit lower. So twist a little more and find that lower side of your back. It's the quadris lumboris muscle here. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One last breath. Inhale, extending both of your hands up, and then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Left hand reaches for the left foot and then come over this diagonal action here. Inhale, extending, lengthening the spine. Exhale, reach and lengthen through the diagonal, the stretch across the back right side of your body. Inhale, extending all the way open, lengthen here. As you exhale, reach and extend over, feeling the side. Inhale here, last one. And exhale, coming over. And so it's like a slight twist, reaching diagonally and stretching the back part of your lower back to the right side here. Keep extending through the heels of your feet. Let's take 2 more breaths. Deep breath in. Long breath out. 1 more breath. And relax. Inhale, coming all the way up. And now we're going to pull the knees in. If it feels nice for you, you can just gently windshield wiper the knees side to side, just to release through your legs and the hips. And now we're going to wrap, this time our right leg below and then the left leg over. So we're coming into Gomukhasana, cow-faced posed legs. Now if this is not available for you today, you can thread the needle, or another option is to take a butterfly forward fold. But we're going to try the Gomukhasana today. Even if your knees don't come together, don't worry about that. It's not about how the pose looks, but where you feel the pose the most. So stacking your knees on top of one another, you can see that my right leg wraps around over the right foot towards the left side of your mat, and then the left leg is over, so the left foot is onto the right side of the mat. If you want to get a little deeper, a trick is to place your hands forward, come up, wiggle your feet and knees together, and come sit down. Inhale as you lengthen through your spine, and as you exhale, come forward. Inhale, so we'll do a similar movement here, and exhale, bend the elbows back, forward fold. If you feel this pose in your knees, please come lying down and thread the needle. That's a better option for your knees. But you should feel the pose more on your outer hips here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and if you've been doing any of the glute videos, you might be feeling nice deep stretch around the glutes as well, which is lovely. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, coming down. Now if you can come down onto your forearms or just reach your arms forward, bowing down here, and let's take about 3 to 5 rounds of breath, relaxing the forehead down. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out, deep breath in, and a long breath out. One last breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale very gently, coming all the way up. And then we're going to switch sides, but place your feet apart and then just gently windshield wipe your knees side to side. And this time we're going to wrap the left leg below and the right leg over. And again, if you want to come a little closer with your knees, come up, let your hips come up, and then come down. Inhale, extend your spine long, and exhale, slowly come forward. Inhale, exhale, take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. One more, lengthening the spine here. And as you exhale, slowly come down. Maybe you reach your arms a little forward as you come down, or come down onto your forearms here, and let's take 3 long breaths. Deep breath in, and a long breath out. Breathing in and breathing out. One last breath here. Beautiful, guys. When you are ready, very gently, slowly come up to seated, releasing the legs. Right leg released, left leg released, and then moving gently side to side, windshield wipering the legs. So when you're ready, you can come to a comfortable seat or lying down onto your mat. Close down your eyes and just come back into your body and notice how you feel. Perhaps you notice the difference between the very beginning of this practice and how you feel right now. And allowing those notes of awareness to sink into your body without judgment and analysis, just being aware. Taking a deep breath in through your nose, opening the mouth, letting that breath go. Thank you for joining me in my home practice today. Have a lovely day. Namaste.